A revised budget is now approved for Streetscapes, but not without questions from City Council. The main being, should businesses be taxed for the product?
Streetscapes prides itself with rejuvenating the downtown core and was recently approved for a $10,000 increase in its budget.
It's for increased costs for them to operate as an organization. The two big things were obviously their administration and their marketing costs.
The breakdown is an operating budget of just under $154,000, with an increase in Business Improvement District taxes to $130,000 for their association's growth.
They're trying to do more advertising. Obviously, costs of administration go up every year.
But a spotlight on the budget brought up some other concerns.
My concern is that there's fewer and fewer of those business owners that are actually engaged in business downtown. If you look back when it was created, most of those buildings were owned by the people who were operating them as business.
Today, the mayor says it's the opposite.
So the reality is, who stands to benefit? Who's going to rejuvenate the downtown? Is it going to be those business owners, or is it going to be the building owners? I think more and more it's becoming the business owners that are actually bringing life to the downtown.
So the question is, should a downtown business association collect the tax to do what they want, or should it be given to the business owners?
I think you got to look at those things periodically. You can't just get stuck in a rut of doing same old and thinking you're going to get a different result.
There are also talks of expanding the downtown district south to start making improvements. Elise Cox, Newcap News.
With a shortage of family doctors in the region, going to the emergency room for every issue was often the only option for those without or unable to get an appointment with a physician. But a month ago, things got a little bit better with the opening of a new after-hours clinic in the border city, taking away some of the pressure at the Lloydminster Hospital.
Yes, it has. It's hard to kind of get hard data yet. It's only been open a month. But to this point, we're starting to see a trend of some reduction in the emergency department.
Since opening the clinic, it sees roughly 26 clients daily.
What people need to see the physician for and what physician's working. But, you know, we're really pleased with the number of people that are being able to be seen at the clinic in the evenings.
The clinic is open from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. Monday until Thursday, with one doctor seeing people on a first-come, first-served basis. Getting motivated to be physically fit can sometimes be difficult. That's why Motion Fitness has set up a personal training program to help you push it to the limit. Mike Baden has more in this edition of Fitness First.
The first thing Motion Fitness recommends is a one-on-one sit-down interview with a trainer to go over the basics and get a plan in line.
We have to go through all their history and how they are doing in the past and what they want to reach there, and I help them and I make a program for exercise, like different exercises to reach their goals.
Jay says that making sure your body is healthy and that you have no outstanding injuries is most important when entering the gym.
First of all, you have to be injury-free, right? When you are doing exercise, you have to be injury-free and you have a good strength to cope up with your daily work, yeah.
Motion Fitness doesn't assign a nutrition guide to their clients, but they do recommend certain foods and stress that nutrition is crucial in maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
We can give them advice to change them, or how can they alternatives. We give them a little bit alternatives of their daily diet.
For those wanting to get a jump start on those summer beach bodies, be prepared for a hard but fun workout.
Beginner, they have to come at least twice a day and have to do 45 to 1 hour exercise here. And for advanced, they can come 4 to 5 or 4 to 7 days in a week, and they can come and do exercise.
Mike Baden, Newcap News.
Fitness First is brought to you by Motion Fitness, a place that is dedicated to the health and wellness of your mind, body, and spirit. www.motionfitnesslloydminster.ca.
Now to this week's pet project, where Jennifer and Allison introduce us to some lovable pets looking for their forever homes.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. My name is Allison. I'm at the SPCA with Jennifer, and we are joined with Rocky. He's a 5-year-old pug beagle cross. He's neutered, he's microchipped, and he's up to date on his vaccines. He'll just need his rabies. Now he's very sweet, but he's a little bit nervous.
Yeah, he does get a little bit skittish around loud noises, sudden movements. Because of that, we feel he will do best going to a home with older children or no children at all. But he is very sweet. He does really seem to attach himself to people. He builds his confidence off of people, definitely. So he doesn't need to be babied, he just needs to be taught that the world isn't such a scary place.
And what's going on with his one eye?
He's actually blind in one eye. The vets think that that is just something that he was born with, and he really seems to get along fine with that.
Here we have Panda. He is a 1-year-old piebald cat. Now what is that?
Yeah, it's actually just a fancy term for his coloring, his white with black spots.
And he seems really social. How does he do with other animals?
He is incredibly social. He is in our cat condo right now, so we know he gets along well with cats. He really enjoys dogs as well. He's about a year old. He's already neutered, he's microchipped, and he's up to date on all of his vaccinations except for his rabies vaccine.
And I understand that he is the longest running resident here.
He is, yeah. He's actually been with us since September, so it's about time that he finds his forever home. He is incredibly sweet, incredibly social, and there's no reason to overlook him. He's just a wonderful cat.
The SPCA are having their 3rd annual Dog Jog and Family Fun Day. It is happening June 24th at Bud Miller Park at the picnic shelter. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and you can bring out the whole family, including your pet, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Exactly. It's a family fun day, so we want your whole family to come out. But if you don't have a dog, or if you're not comfortable with bringing your dog out to an event like this, that's just fine. There's going to be plenty of things to do. A bouncy castle, balloon animals, agility and obedience demonstrations. We're going to have a barbecue, and much more will be going on that day. But it's a fundraiser for us. So now is the time to download your online pledge form and go out and collect pledges. Talk to your family, your friends, your co-workers, start raising funds for the SPCA, and then meet us down at the Dog Jog.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.
Thousands are killed every year in car accidents, most of which could have been avoided. As Clayton Brown explains, May is Young Drivers Month, and students in St. Paul saw firsthand the dangers that can come with operating a vehicle.
It may not have been a real accident, but this morning a mock car crash showed young drivers the true responsibility of being behind the wheel.
This could happen to anyone, anytime, and it's not only the drivers who affect themselves, but they affect a lot of other people too.
Kids in our school have gotten in car accidents, and you see it in the school. Kids are pretty depressed, and it hits home.
All emergency rescue crews responded while students watched as their peers were saved.
Drinking and driving or being distracted while they're driving, all those things, if they don't make the right choices, that the consequences are really serious, and they have to live with that for the rest of their lives.
The opinion is it just doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want. They're not going to hurt anybody else. The realities are it's not just yourself that you may be impacting.
The message isn't new, but the reality is there's still a big problem, and it's people's lives that are at stake.
It really makes you sick to know that people do stupid things, and they can get hurt because of it.
Don't just go off and do whatever. Think about what you're doing. Because if you make the wrong choice, the consequences last forever.
In St. Paul, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Lloydminster City Council has put into motion a flag raising for Treaty 6 and the Onion Lake First Nation. The mayor was on hand to introduce the flag. Jeff Mulligan hopes to teach the community about the history before the flag will be put up.
Well, I think everything we do should incorporate a mindset that is inclusive, that is caring and is learning about our history. And for us to go forward, we have to fully understand the platform upon which we stand.
Onion Lake representatives say it will be an important moment for Native relations if the motion passes.
Do wonders for future generations by being able to coexist with each other.
Council will continue talks on the matter in the coming weeks. Students at a local school got a closer look at the Filipino culture today. Bart Pediasic brings us that story.
The kids at Jack Kemp School were treated to an afternoon of singing, dancing, and crafts, all to give a glimpse into a culture they may not know too much about. Organizers were busy up to the very end.
Our organization is really organized. Everybody is participating. They give their volunteer times to us. Yeah, everybody is very supportive to our organization.
Students also got to try some authentic Filipino food. With how the kids have responded, this event will likely be held again. School officials spoke to how it got started.
So we had a planning meeting with parents and community members to come in and help us plan this event. And that's really where it came from. And from there, members of the Filipino community were present, and they really embraced this.
The Filipino community hopes that kids will get a lot out of their presentation.
It is very important because we have, in Jack Kemp only, we have 65 Filipino students. And we want this student to impart about our culture.
Jack Kemp School will be hosting an Aboriginal Day on Wednesday as well, as their Multicultural Week continues. There are currently about 1,500 Filipinos in Lloydminster. Bart Pediasic, Newcat News.